What does it really look like when a 22-year-old college kid lives like a millionaire? Not a rapper, not a tech prodigy, but a fitness star who built his empire with a camera, a gym membership, and an appetite that could feed a family of four. Sam Sulek, the internet's newest obsession, isn't just lifting weights. He's lifting the curtain on what modern fame really looks like. From roaring muscle cars to meals that would make The Rock raise an eyebrow. From luxury gyms to whispers about what's really behind the gains. His life is a strange mix of discipline and indulgence, power and pressure. But the lifestyle you see isn't quite as simple as it looks. Because behind every flex and every viral clip lies a story of transformation, controversy, and the cost of chasing perfection in public. Before the fame, the fast cars, and the million-dollar physique, Sam Sulek was just another kid from Delaware, Ohio. A small, unassuming town that couldn't have guessed it was raising one of fitness's biggest internet sensations. Born in 2002, Sam grew up in a middle-class family surrounded by Midwest simplicity, school, sports, and the occasional weekend with friends. There was no spotlight, no fame, and certainly no sign that this quiet, lean teenager would one day become a global name. His athletic journey didn't begin in the gym, but on the diving board. At Olentangy High School, Sam was known for his remarkable control and body awareness. Diving and gymnastics taught him precision, the kind of discipline where one wrong movement could ruin an entire routine. He wasn't the loudest guy in the room, but he was focused. The kind of focus that hinted at something deeper brewing beneath the surface. Every twist, every flip, every second in the air honed the same body control that would later define his posing on stage and his lifts in the gym. What's fascinating is that even back then, Sam didn't fit the mold of a traditional athlete chasing medals or scholarships. His drive seemed more internal. Those who knew him say he was obsessed with progress, not necessarily winning against others, but becoming a better version of himself every single day. It's that quiet obsession that separates future stars from the crowd. But, as every origin story goes, there came a point where the familiar wasn't enough. Somewhere around the end of high school, Sam discovered weightlifting, and it changed everything. What started as casual gym sessions to stay in shape for diving quickly became something much bigger. He realized he didn't just enjoy lifting, he needed it. The gym became his sanctuary. The sound of iron clanging, the pump, the structure of progressive overload. All of it lit a fire that diving never could. Soon his friends noticed the transformation. The once lean diver started filling out fast. His frame, already conditioned for athletic precision, now carried raw power. He began to look like he was carved out of stone. And unlike many young lifters chasing random trends, Sam approached bodybuilding with the same analytical mindset he once applied to diving. He studied form, volume, intensity, the science behind every rep. It wasn't luck, it was calculated evolution. By 2023, while most college students were still juggling lectures and part-time jobs, Sam was quietly building a digital empire from his dorm room. His YouTube channel didn't follow the usual influencer formula. No cinematic edits, no motivational speeches, no fake smiles, just raw, unfiltered footage of his daily grind. He filmed his workouts with a simple camera setup, sometimes shirtless in the car or mid-meal at home, talking to his audience like an old friend instead of a performer. And that was the secret. Viewers didn't just see a bodybuilder. They saw authenticity. They saw a 21-year-old kid who wasn't pretending to be perfect, who didn't hide the greasy meals, the self-doubt, or the exhaustion. He was real. In a world obsessed with filters and perfection, Sam Sulek's honesty became his luxury brand. Within months, the numbers skyrocketed. Subscribers poured in. Gym fans, lifestyle vloggers, and even older fitness icons started mentioning his name. His physique was shocking, his approach refreshing, and his confidence magnetic. Suddenly, he wasn't just training. He was teaching a generation how to live unapologetically. He wasn't just showing people how to lift, he was showing them how to live. Every upload peeled back another layer of his evolution, not just physical transformation, but mental toughness, self-discipline, and relentless consistency. It was more than fitness, it was a philosophy. And then came the first big upgrade, not just his body, but his lifestyle. It didn't take long before Sam Sulek's relentless grind in the gym began to translate into something far more visible. Not just a transformation of his body, but of his entire life. What started as a simple YouTube experiment, a college kid uploading unfiltered clips of his workouts, snowballed into one of the most dominant personal brands in the modern fitness world. While most influencers were still chasing algorithms and aesthetics, Sam figured out the real formula. Authenticity sells. He didn't need cinematic B-roll or motivational music. He didn't even need fancy sponsorships early on. All he had was raw consistency, training, eating, talking, every single day, and it worked. The audience grew from thousands to hundreds of thousands, then into millions. Every upload became an event. Fans rushed to the comments not just to admire his lifts, but to decode his mindset. In an era where everything feels staged, Sam's unfiltered style felt like rebellion, and people couldn't get enough of it. Today, Sam isn't just an influencer. He's a full-fledged business. His name alone carries the kind of weight most brands dream of. He's not pushing someone else's image. He is the image. On YouTube, his videos routinely hit millions of views, turning gym talk into viral entertainment. On Instagram, his posts become motivational memes. TikTok, it's basically a highlight reel of his daily life. Raw clips of him training, eating, or casually talking about discipline that rack up millions of plays. And with that digital power came financial power. Sam's website, samsulek.com, became the hub of his growing empire. His merchandise, clean, minimalist gymwear that echoes his personality, sells out within days of release. No loud prints, no gimmicks, just bold simplicity that says, I don't need to prove anything. It's the perfect reflection of his personal brand. Understated, efficient, powerful. What really sets him apart is that his version of luxury isn't loud or flashy. It's refined, confident, and deeply intentional. You won't see Sam covered in gold chains or designer sneakers worth thousands. Instead, his wealth shows in subtler ways. The custom cars, the premium supplements, the perfectly tailored gym fits, and the freedom to live exactly how he wants. He's often seen driving high-performance sports cars that fit his muscle machine persona. Powerful, sleek, unapologetically bold. Each vehicle feels like an extension of his brand. Fast, controlled, and designed for impact. But perhaps the most fascinating part of Sam's deluxe lifestyle isn't what he owns, it's how he lives. Take his diet, for example. In a fitness culture obsessed with counting macros and eating clean, Sam takes the opposite approach. He consumes well over 5,000 calories a day, often through what most trainers would call junk food. Whole milk, donuts, burgers, pizza, and protein shakes. It's excess, it's extreme, and it's undeniably him. For Sam, eating isn't just fuel, it's performance art. His fans marvel at his unapologetic approach, where luxury isn't caviar or champagne. It's eating like a king while still looking like a Greek god. And let's not forget his travel and gym life. Whether he's lifting in his home base in Ohio or visiting elite fitness centers across the country, Sam treats every environment like his personal arena. His camera is always rolling, his audience always watching. Even in a basic gym, he brings an energy that makes the space feel elevated, like every rep is part of a bigger story. He doesn't show off in mansions or private jets. Instead, he flaunts something rarer: freedom. The freedom to wake up and do exactly what he loves every single day, on his terms. His fans see it too. To them, Sam's life represents a new form of luxury. Not the kind you measure in brand names or dollar signs, but in independence. He's built a life where his body is his business, his passion is his paycheck, and his presence is his brand. In a world obsessed with pretending to be perfect, he became successful by doing the opposite, being brutally real. Still, beneath the glamour of viral fame and the aura of effortless success, lies the truth that every story like this eventually faces. Because for all the cars, the money, and the admiration, there's always something lurking behind the perfection. The expectations, the pressure, the criticism, and the endless chase for more. And that's where Sam's story takes a turn most fans don't see. Because the glittering exterior has a darker side. If there's one thing that has made Sam Sulek as fascinating as his workouts, it's his diet. And calling it a meal plan might just be the biggest understatement of the year. Because Sam doesn't eat like your typical fitness influencer. The ones meticulously measuring macros, sipping green smoothies, and treating carbs like forbidden fruit. No, Sam eats like a man trying to challenge the very foundation of modern bodybuilding. It's raw, unapologetic, and at times downright unbelievable. We're not talking about the stereotypical chicken, rice, and broccoli routine. Sam's approach is chaos, but calculated chaos. His daily intake regularly hits 5,000 to 6,000 calories, sometimes even more when he's in a heavy bulking phase. But what shocks people isn't just the number, it's where those calories come from. Donuts, chocolate milk, cheeseburgers, piles of pasta, and entire cartons of whole milk, all staples in the Sulek playbook. To the untrained eye, it looks like a college kid's cheat day. To Sam, it's Tuesday. In one viral video, he sits casually in his car, eating a pack of cookies between workouts like it's no big deal. Another shows him chugging whole milk straight from the gallon, laughing as viewers flood the comments with disbelief. Yet despite this chaotic menu, Sam remains one of the leanest, most shredded young bodybuilders in the game. His abs stay razor cut, his muscles stay full, and his strength keeps climbing. It's a contradiction that defies logic, and that's exactly why people can't stop talking about it. His fans call him a genetic freak, the chosen one who can eat like a sumo wrestler and still look like a superhero. But his critics? They're less convinced. Some whisper about enhancements, others question whether his approach is sustainable long-term. But regardless of where people stand, one fact remains. Sam Sulek has everyone watching. Every meal he eats is a headline. Every grocery haul becomes an event. And whether intentional or not, Sam has turned food into a marketing tool. His diet isn't just about calories, it's about image. It's the ultimate display of freedom. While most influencers are trapped in endless cycles of restriction and guilt, Sam flips the script entirely. He doesn't apologize for eating dirty, he embraces it. Where others hide their cheat meals, he flaunts them. And in doing so, he sends a powerful message to his audience. Discipline isn't just about deprivation, it's about control. In many ways, his eating habits reflect the luxury side of his life. Because let's face it, maintaining a 5,000 calorie a day diet isn't cheap. We're talking premium meats, gallons of milk, stacks of protein bars, and grocery bills that could rival rent. But for Sam, that's the point. It's abundance in motion. His meals aren't just fuel, they're symbols of success, proof that he's living a life where nothing is out of reach. It's also part of the allure. Watching Sam eat is like watching a live experiment, an anti-fitness influencer, showing the world that maybe, just maybe, you don't have to live like a monk to look like a monster. His indulgence has become his rebellion. It's excess turned into art, but beneath the humor, there's something deeper. His diet speaks to a generation tired of fake perfection. People see in Sam a reflection of themselves, flawed, human, hungry, both literally and metaphorically. He eats what he wants, trains how he wants, and somehow still dominates the game. It's not just muscle, it's attitude. And make no mistake, that attitude has built an empire. Every bite, every shake, every post-meal video reinforces his image as the realest guy in fitness, the one who proves that success doesn't require compromise. Yet the bigger question isn't what he eats, it's how he got this huge Sam Sulek. Doesn't train like your typical influencer chasing clicks and aesthetics. He trains like a man obsessed with raw power, heavy, unfiltered, and punishing. His workouts are built around an old-school bodybuilding philosophy that echoes the golden era of legends like Dorian Yates and Ronnie Coleman. Forget fancy machines and polished routines. Sam's training is brutal, primal, and deeply disciplined. His daily regimen is centered on high volume and intensity, the kind of training that makes even experienced lifters pause. He combines heavy compound lifts like squats, bench presses, and deadlifts with intense isolation work, often pushing to absolute failure. His approach isn't about flashy form or social media-friendly reps. It's about real strength. On a typical back day, for instance, he starts with wide grip lat pull downs to stretch the lats, follows up with seated V-bar cable rows to build density, and finishes with a series of supersets and drop sets that leave every muscle fiber torched. And he doesn't train in silence. His videos capture the full experience, the clanging of metal, the heavy breathing, the intensity in his eyes. There's no upbeat music or cinematic edits, just raw footage of effort. That's the essence of the Sam Sulek experience. It's not glamorous, it's real. Watching him train feels less like fitness content and more like a window into obsession. But behind that raw grit lies strategy. Sam's rise wasn't an accident, it was engineered. His content output is relentless. He posts daily, sometimes multiple times a day, showing not just his workouts, but his entire life. Gym sessions, post-workout meals, long car talks, random thoughts about motivation and discipline. Everything becomes content. His YouTube channel exploded in 2023, gaining millions of views per month and attracting fans from every corner of the internet. On Instagram and TikTok, clips of his no-nonsense approach went viral, turning him into a symbol of authenticity in a world full of filters and fake flexing. This wasn't the polished influencer formula, it was rebellion. While others tried to build perfect aesthetics, Sam built trust. He connected with his audience not through perfection but through presence. Viewers tuned in because they felt like they knew him, the real him. No scripts, no sponsorship shoutouts, just grit, sweat, and straight talk. And it paid off big time. According to Social Blade, his channel brings in hundreds of thousands of views per video, translating into tens of thousands of dollars in monthly ad revenue. Add in brand partnerships, sponsorships, and merch sales from his official site, samsulek.com, and the income multiplies fast. Reports from Sportskeeda estimate his monthly earnings to be in the five-figure range, and that's before factoring in potential deals with major fitness brands and supplement companies lining up to collaborate. It's easy to see where the money goes, and how it feeds the image. The sleek cars, top-tier gym gear, stylish yet minimalist wardrobe, and constant travel are more than luxuries. They're part of the persona. Sam doesn't flaunt wealth in the traditional sense. He embodies it through freedom. The ability to do what he loves, on his terms, without answering to anyone. That's the new definition of luxury in the influencer era. But success at this level always comes with a price. The bigger the following, the bigger the expectations, and the louder the scrutiny. Because in the world of fitness fame, the spotlight doesn't just show your victories, it also exposes your flaws. Of course, with the fame and wealth come whispers. For all his fame, discipline, and undeniable success, Sam Sulek's rise hasn't been without shadows. In fact, the very things that made him famous, his incredible physique, his unconventional diet, his relentless work ethic, have also made him one of the most polarizing figures in modern fitness. When someone transforms that dramatically, that quickly, and that publicly, people start asking questions. And in the world of bodybuilding, where the line between natural and enhanced has always been blurry, Sam's almost superhuman look has naturally fueled one question: is it all natural? From the moment his videos started going viral, speculation about steroid use has followed him like a shadow. His size, conditioning, and fullness are far beyond what most 22-year-olds ever achieve, even with years of perfect training. His physique, grainy muscles, paper-thin skin, and round, constantly full muscle bellies look straight out of a comic book. Some fans call him a once-in-a-generation genetic freak. Others, less convinced, say it's impossible to maintain that level of density without chemical help. Online forums have dissected every frame of his videos, every ounce of his progress. Posts on Reddit, comment sections under his YouTube uploads, and threads on bodybuilding forums read like scientific debates, analyzing lighting, vascularity, water retention, and even his breathing patterns. Generation Iron and other bodybuilding news outlets have covered these discussions extensively, not to accuse him, but because his rise has reignited the age-old debate about honesty and enhancement in the fitness industry. And through all the noise, Sam has remained completely silent. No confirmations, no denials, no fiery rants or emotional defenses, just pure, steady consistency. He trains, he eats, he uploads, then repeats it all the next day. That silence has become part of his mystique. In an age where every influencer rushes to respond to rumors, Sam's refusal to explain himself feels almost rebellious. It tells his followers, believe what you want, I'll still be here lifting. That stoicism only fuels the legend. But controversy doesn't stop at his physique. His diet has become another lightning rod. Fitness purists lose their minds watching him chug whole milk, down boxes of donuts, and casually devour 5,000 calories of so-called junk food, all while maintaining a body that looks stage-ready. Nutritionists warn that his long-term health could be at risk, while others see it as proof that the traditional rules of clean eating might be overrated. On YouTube, entire channels are built around reacting to Sam's eating habits. Some creators call him an inspiration for rejecting fake fitness culture. Others claim he's setting a dangerous example for impressionable fans who might mimic his extreme habits without understanding the full context. The irony is, every critique only brings him more attention. The more people call him reckless, the more his name trends. And that's the paradox of the digital age. Controversy doesn't destroy you, it defines you. The whispers about steroids, the outrage over his diet, the debates about his mental approach, they all add layers to his persona. Every rumor turns into content. Every debate becomes free publicity. In the strange economy of social media, controversy is currency, and Sam spends it wisely. Because the truth is, Sam's story thrives on tension. His lifestyle, the lavish meals, the intense workouts, the unbothered attitude, all stand in contrast to the constant scrutiny around him. People can't decide whether to admire him or critique him, and that's exactly why he dominates the conversation. It's this balance of admiration and controversy that has turned Sam from a fitness influencer into a cultural talking point. He's no longer just a guy lifting weights on YouTube. He's a mirror for the entire industry. To some, he's proof that authenticity can still win. To others, he's the embodiment of what happens when fame grows faster than transparency. But one thing is certain, love him or hate him, everyone is watching. Every new upload sparks fresh debate. Every transformation photo reignites the whispers. The speculation has become part of the brand, part of the mythos that keeps his empire alive. And yet, despite it all, the image keeps growing. By 2025, Sam Sulek had achieved what many only dream of. Not just internet fame, but official recognition in the world of professional bodybuilding. After months of speculation about whether he'd ever step on stage, Sam silenced the doubters in the best way possible, by winning. According to Wikipedia, he officially earned his IFBB Pro card, cementing his place among the elite. It was a full-circle moment. The kid from Delaware, Ohio, who once trained alone with a cheap camera and a gallon of milk, now stood shoulder to shoulder with the best in the sport. But here's what made that victory even more impressive. Sam didn't get there through traditional routes. He didn't rely on sponsorship politics or flashy stage routines. He built his career through the people, millions of loyal followers who watched every lift, every meal, every transformation in real time. By the time he earned his pro card, his name was already far bigger than most competitors. He wasn't just another bodybuilder, he was a movement. And that movement is now evolving into something much bigger than competitions. Sam's brand continues to expand at lightning speed. His merchandise line, featuring the kind of sleek, minimalist gymwear that reflects his no-nonsense attitude, keeps selling out. Every drop feels more like a cultural event than a product release. Behind the scenes, he's rumored to be exploring new fitness ventures, brand partnerships, and possibly even supplement lines. The possibilities are endless, and with his fanbase, anything he touches instantly turns into gold. But perhaps the most powerful part of Sam's story isn't the money or the muscle, it's the message. He's redefining what it means to be a fitness influencer in the modern age. No filters, no fake personas, just raw authenticity and relentless drive. His success has inspired a new wave of lifters, creators, and dreamers who see in him proof that you don't need to play by the old rules to make it big. And while his life already reflects a level of luxury, the freedom, the influence, the financial success, it's clear that Sam is just getting started. He's building not just a physique, but a legacy. One rooted in the idea that discipline can still triumph over gimmicks, and that being real is the ultimate brand strategy. But before we wrap up, here's the question you should ask. From a small-town diver in Delaware, Ohio, to one of the most talked-about fitness icons in the world, Sam Sulek's rise has been nothing short of extraordinary. He built a lifestyle that blends discipline with indulgence, sweat with success, and muscle with money. His story is a modern-day transformation. A young man who turned his passion for lifting into luxury, his meals into a movement, and his authenticity into an empire. But beneath the fame, the Ferraris, and the 5,000-calorie meals lies a question that won't go away. Is this the new model for young influencers? A massive body, a massive brand, and a massive lifestyle. But at what cost? How far do you go before the grind that built your dream starts to consume it? So now it's your turn to weigh in. What do you think of Sam Sulek's journey? Is he the future of fitness, proof that authenticity still wins, or a warning about how easily success can turn into obsession? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the world where muscle meets mystery and fame meets its price.